Hello, welcome to a Vinyasa practice. My name's Kailey. When you're ready, you can meet me on your mat. We're going to start today in child's pose. We're just going to get right into it. But importantly, give ourselves a few moments to shift and to land. So bring your toes close together toward the middle back side of your mat. Widen your knees out a bit. I'm going to keep my head turned to the side just so that my voice isn't muffled. But it most likely will feel comfortable, or more comfortable, I should say, for you to allow your forehead to drop down and rest on the mat. Might even feel good if your forehead is touching the mat to gently rock your head side to side, massaging out across the temples, the forehead. Go real slow if you're moving your head, relaxing through the neck and the jaw. And then let yourself drop into stillness. And take a couple rounds of breath. There's nothing that you need to do about your breath right now. Just start to notice the natural ebb and flow as you allow your body to breathe. And see if you can bring a little bit of softness into your feet and your face. And stay here, taking just another moment to start to dial in a more deliberate and intentional breath. Let your next inhale move down into the bottom of the lungs. See if you can feel your ribs expand to your sides, out to the right, out to the left. And then open your mouth for your exhale, sigh it out. Take another deep breath in. Breathe into the lungs, let the ribs expand as you make space for that breath and that prana. Sip in a little bit more at the top. Open mouth, exhale again, let it go. Start to walk your hands back toward your knees. Keep your hips on your heels, and then bring your knees just a little bit closer together so that you can bring the palms to the outsides of the knees. My hands are about max distance apart, and my knees are right inside the thumbs. Find cat pose here. Round your spine, tuck your chin. You might even come up onto the tips of the fingers or experiment with where you planted your hands. And then we're going to take cow, little micro bend in your elbows as you pull your heart through, tilt the tailbone up, lift the chin. Couple rounds like that, around your spine, coming into your cat, tuck the tailbone and the chin. And then extend through your spine, bend your elbows just a bit, pulling your heart through. One more round, big breath in. Pose on the exhale. Keep your knees, keep your hips on your heels, but bring your hands together right in front of your knees. And then we're going to take a little bit of an extension and a twist. Bend your right elbow as you open your chest to the right, finding a little bit of an arch in your back. Big breath in. And then cat variation as you exhale, bring the hands down in the middle, tuck the chin to the chest. We're just going to switch sides. Bend your left elbow, lift up, find a little bit of a back bend. So think cow with a twist. And then cat right down through the center. Side to side, inhale, right elbow, lift and open. Exhale it back down to the center, rounding your spine, smooth movement. Take it to the left, breathing in. And exhale back through the center. Inhale, go right. Exhale, really round your spine. Left side, breathe in. Back down through the center as you exhale. Take it one more time, right and left with your breath. Not forcing this range of motion, but really exploring the stretch. And then go ahead and walk your hands forward, wrists under shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Draw some big circles with your body, sort of warming up. Keep the arms relatively straight. Switch the direction of those body circles. Stay spacious in your lower back. So think about kind of a neutral spine here. Good, come to the center. Make sure you feel rooted down in your hands. Extend the right leg straight back behind. Lift the abdominals, keep the ribs and the pelvis in line here, and then reach your left arm forward. Find your balance here. Imagine trying to stretch left wrist away from right ankle. Take a breath in. Bring your elbow to your knee underneath your body. 2 more times. Inhale, reach long and stretch. Exhale, elbow to knee. Again, breathe in. Think about length. Exhale, squeeze elbow to knee. Keep the knee bent. Plant the left hand down. We're going to open the right knee to the right. So open it out as high as you can, laterally to your right side. Keep lifting that right knee high. I'm going to turn to this side because I don't have space here. Lift the right knee high. Extend the right leg out. Still at your right side. Lift high, 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 high. Hold. And then lower that right foot down off to your right. From here, we're just going to shift the hips back a little bit and forward a little bit. So check in with your right hip. You can let your right foot move with you here. Couple more rounds. Notice if your breath completely kind of fell to the wayside, mine did, and see if you can bring it back. We're going to lift the right leg up again, extend it back behind you, look over your left shoulder, and then bring your right toes back behind you to your left. We're setting up for gomukasana. Bring your right knee behind your left knee, walk the feet further apart, and then walk your hips back toward your heels. You can catch hold of your opposite ankles and draw some circles with your hips here. A lot of the time in gomukasana, you might find that it's difficult to find both sit bones at the same time. Switch the direction of those hip circles. So see if you can at least find them one at a time, especially that left sit bone. Roll over to the left, find a connection. Good, come through the center, reach your arms up, stretch the ribs away from the hips gently, and then twist to your left. Lengthen through the spine as you breathe in. And then wrap your lungs around your heart, finding a little bit more of a twist. Lengthen through the spine, crown of the head toward the ceiling, sit bones into your mat, and then rotate. One more long breath here. Look forward, walk the hands forward. We're going all the way to lizard lunge. Right leg's gonna step outside of your right hand. Walk the hands forward as you lengthen back through your left leg and foot. You have options in your lizard lunge. For me today, I'm going to point my right toe straight forward, point my right knee straight forward, and keep my right hand inside of the right foot so that I can push right knee into right upper arm. Sometimes it feels good for folks to turn the right toes out a little bit to the side, as if you were angling your toes out to like 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. See if you can create some length in your spine here. So instead of hunching, just lengthen the crown of the head away from your tailbone. Let it be gentle. Couple more rounds of breath. Got a little constriction in the throat, so ujjayi breath is happening, but the jaw is soft. Tuck your left toes under. Turn your right toes to the right of it. Lift the left knee. You can shift forward and backward gently. We're going to turn this into malasana. So big step with your left foot, side of your left hand, toes out, heels in. Bring your hands to your heart. Maybe close your eyes down just as a mechanism to bring more awareness into your body, into the sensations. Notice any difference between the right leg and the left leg. Sit up a little bit taller. Inhale as you press your knees into your elbows. Exhale, push elbows into knees, long spine. Stay here, take a deep breath in. And then fold forward, drop your hands, lift your hips. Heel to the feet a little closer together. Bend your knees a bunch as you find ragdoll, catching the crooks of your opposite elbows. Nice easy forward fold. Let the crown of your head be really heavy here to help decompress the spine, create some space between the bones of your back. Then release your hands down. Step your feet to the back of your mat so you're in the top of a push-up. Get strong through the front side of the body. Really press the floor away. Keep your shoulders shifting forward over your wrists. And then slowly to a count of 6, we're going to lower all the way down. Elbows back. 6, 5, 4, 3. I should have picked a smaller number. 2, and all the way down. Wide arm cobra. Walk your fingers off of your mat. Come onto the tops of the toes. Elbows point up and slightly back. Inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, look to the right, left shoulder and the left side of your face. Drop down toward the middle of your mat. Come back to the center, breathe in. And then exhale, swap it out. Look to the left or right side drops. Back to the center, nice long inhale. And then child's pose, send your hips back toward your heels. Take a big breath in through your nose. Ujjayi, exhale, let it go. Walk your hands back. We're going to stay at the back of the mat. Knees and feet are in one line. And then bring your hands back behind you. Option to lift one or both of your knees. So you're stretching out the shins and the front of the ankles. Notice if you're sickling your heels out or in. See if you can find a little evenness so that the toes are pointing straight back from the knees. Great, drop the knees down, untuck or tuck the toes under, send your hips back, and then lift the knees again here. We're gonna alternate, between those two, wobbly today. Drop the knees down, untuck the toes, lift the knees up, or maybe you're doing one knee at a time. Shift forward, pose tuck, sit back, lift the knees. Go ahead and play around a little bit with this. Notice if it's a day where the balance feels relatively natural, or maybe like me, for you, it's one of the days where I'm going to have to slow down a little bit so that I'm not getting ahead of myself, giving my body plenty of time to find its center of gravity as I move between shapes. Take one more round here. Remember, your hands could be down at your side. Maybe mine should be. And then we're going to meet back in that tabletop position. A little moment to check in with some body circles or some cat-cow. We're going to move through that warm-up sequence on the left side. So come through a nice neutral spine when you're ready. Meet me extending your left leg back, drawing the abdominals in and up, and then lengthening your right arm forward. And again, a lot of the time in this shape, it's easy to focus on reaching the arm and the leg up. For right now, just for right now, think about creating space between the joints in your left hip and your left knee. Big breath in. Elbow to knee under your body. 2 more times. Inhale it long. Exhale strong through your abdominals, building some heat. Once more, breathe in. Breathe out. Keep the left knee bent. Right hand comes down. We're going to open left knee to the left with a bent knee to start. Lift high, high, high. Extend the left leg out to the left. Hold, lift. And then slowly lower that left foot all the way down. Little adductor rocker, sending your hips back and forward. Relax neck and jaw. My foot's probably outside of the screen, but your left foot could be moving along with you. You might be pointing the toes forward when you shift forward, and then rotating the toes up a bit when you shift back. And back through center, float the left leg up, sweep it behind you, look over your right shoulder, left toes down to your right. Bring your right toes over to the left a bit, and then tuck your left knee behind your right knee, setting up for cow face, gomukasana, as you send your hips back. Same thing here. Notice, for me, my right sit bone is kind of popped up off of the ground a bit. See if you can roll over to the right a couple times and make contact. And switch the direction of the circles. You'll hear me sniffling a little bit. I'm fine. It's allergy season in Sacramento. Our nickname here is the city of trees, which means this time of year it's the city of pollen. Come through the center, reach your arms up as you inhale. And then twist to your right. Couple rounds of breath here. Let the inhales bring some length into your spine. Sit tall. Allow the exhales to help you gently rotate, turning your sternum toward the right. When we're here, really root down through your sit bones, lift up through the crown on the in-breath, and then twist to the right as you empty. Look forward, breathe in, rock forward, hands down. We're gonna untangle left leg all the way around to lizard, big step to the top. Stretch back through your right leg, through your right foot, through your right hip flexors. And then you can choose, if like me, you want to keep the center of your left knee tracked over the left second and third toe, pointing left toes and left knee forward, pressing the left knee into the left upper arm. Or if it feels better to angle your left foot a bit, maybe to come onto the knife edge of the left foot. Can you bring your breath a little bit lower into your body? Breathe down toward the sensations and the stretch in your right and left hip. When you're ready, tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee up. This time, we're going to shift forward and backward straight into a plank pose. So left foot steps back to meet the right. Shift forward, take a breath in. Lower half or all the way down. Elbows hug your ribs. Keep pressing the floor away unless you're on your belly. Cobra or up dog. Inhale, press into the tops of the feet and upward facing dog. Scoop your heart forward. And then downward facing dog this time. Roll over your feet, send your hips back. Take a couple of rounds of breath. Explore the stretch and the sensations in down dog. Get a lot of warm up, but not in this shape. So you might want to pedal out your feet, bend into one knee or the other. Give your head a shake or a nod. On an inhale, lift your heels, look forward. Exhale your breath and then take a big step or a bunch of little ones to the top of your mat. Halfway stretch, breathe in, tailbone back, crown of the head forward. Chest to thighs as you exhale, drop the head down, lift the hips up. Unroll all the way up to standing. Reach your arms up over your head. The palms might touch or they face each other. And then bend your elbows, find a cactus shape here, goalpost the arms, squeeze the glutes a bit. Reach your arms up, big breath in. Perhaps you draw back a little bit and then bow forward on your exhale. Halfway stretch, take a breath in. Plant your hands, step back, take it through your vinyasa, high plank to low plank on the exhale. Cobra or up dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breath out. Set your eyes to one spot. Find your drishti, your focus. Take 2 deep breaths here, in through your nose. Lips stay sealed, breathe out through your nose if you can. And one more, breathe in. Press back a bit more on that exhale. Hold the exhale, lift your heels, look forward, step, walk, or hop to the top. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Forward fold, breathe out. All the way up on the inhale. Bend your elbows as you exhale. Reach up, fill up, maybe you look up. Bow forward, long breath out. Halfway stretch, take a breath in. Plant the hands one more time through your vinyasa. Last Surya Namaskar A. From downward facing dog, set your eyes to one spot, 2 big breaths again. So the ability to set our focus, such a powerful skill to choose where we send our attention. And practice that just visually here. Push back a little bit more on that exhale. Then look forward, step, walk, or hop to your hands. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Hold forward and empty. And roll all the way up on the inhale. Bend your elbows as you exhale, glutes engage, the whole back side of the body engages. We're going to take this into chair with straight arms. Sweep your arms forward, bend your knees. Reach up through the fingertips as you sink back and down with your hips. And then again, pick a point for your eyeballs to rest. Soften the muscles around your eyes, but really fix your gaze to one spot. Big breaths in and out through your nose. Breathe in. Stand up, bend elbows as you exhale, back body is active. We're going to move between those two. Chair pose just for the in-breath. Stand tall, bend your elbows as you empty. 2 more, breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale. Exhale, bend the elbows, stay standing. Interlace your hands at your lower back. Give the knuckles a little tug as you finish a long inhale. And then hinge forward, keep the bind, forward fold with a bind. Set your eyes to one spot, maybe your knees, maybe somewhere between your legs, back behind you, and breathe. Gently working to press the palms of the hands close together. On an inhale, release your hands, find your halfway stretch. And then plant the hands, step it back. Through your vinyasa, you can always go straight to downward facing dog. I may do that a couple times today. We'll meet up there to build our flow. From downward facing dog, right leg lifts up on an in-breath. We're going to take a big step with the right foot outside of the right hand for a Spider-Man lunge. Bend your elbows back, pull your heart forward. 3-legged dog, breathe in. Let's do that same move again. Exhale, step wide, bend the elbows. 3-legged dog, big breath in. We're going to step wide and this time take a side lunge. Pivot your toes toward the long left side of your yoga mat. Bend your right knee a bunch and then bring your hands to your heart. So your spine is parallel with the floor here and your right glutes are strong. Squeeze into that right butt cheek as you push your right foot down into the floor. You find a sense of stability here without straining. Take a big breath in. We're going to find warrior 2 to the back of the mat. Keep the knife edge of your right foot parallel with the short side of your yoga mat. So that top border of your yoga mat and the pinky toe side of your right foot are parallel. We're going to come back to that side lunge. So what's going to move is this left foot and leg. Right foot stays anchored. Back to warrior 2. Try this out a couple times. Inhale for that side lunge. Exhale for warrior 2. Once more. Breathe in, side lunge. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Set your eyes over your left fingertips. Keep rooting down into your left leg, into the left big toe mound as you stack your left knee over your left ankle. Stay in your warrior 2 legs, but turn your palms to face the same direction as your heart. And then maybe you lower your wrists just a smidge as you pump the arms back slowly. Feel the shoulders hug back and down. All right, hold in a stretch position. Take a deep breath in, reach to your fingertips. Revolved or open arm crescent twist rather to the left. So pivot onto the back toes, onto your right toes now, as you open your arms, twisting toward the left. Now we've got our revolved crescent. Reach your right arm up, left hand low. Maybe you find some spot on your right leg for your left fingertips. And stay here, sinking your hips down, drawing the ribs up. Maybe you start to take a little bit of a back bend. Breathe in. Warrior two to the top of the mat this time. Reverse triangle, straighten out that front knee, reach the right arm up. Maybe you come up onto your right heel and then cartwheel your hands. Ooh, step back, high to low or straight to downward facing dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Setting up for the left side. Inhale, left leg lifts. We've got 2 Spider-Man push-ups. Big step, bend the elbows as you exhale. 3-legged dog, deep breath in, find the stretch. Exhale, step wide, elbows bend. 3-legged dog, breathe in. And then set up your side lunge this time. Just take a step, pivot the toes toward the long right side of your yoga mat. Bring your hands to your heart. A neutral pelvis here, or maybe there's a tiny, tiny tuck to the tailbone if that feels better for you. You're working to bring your spine parallel to the floor. Rib cage and hips are locked into the same plane. Take a deep breath in. Warrior two to the back. And keep that front foot pretty still. Back to that side lunge. So knife edge of left foot is aligned with the top of your yoga mat. Warrior two to the back. Couple more rounds. Inhale for that side lunge. Exhale, Vera two. Last time, breathe in. Warrior two as you exhale. Set your eyes over your right thumb. And then soften your breath as you sink into your pose. Turn your palms the same direction as your chest and then pull the arms back. A little smooth pulse, looking for some activation in your back. So the muscles around the shoulders, the muscles in the arms. Pull back, take a big breath in as you open the chest, and then open arm crescent twist, spin your back heel up, rotate to the right. Revolved crescent twist. I keep wanting to mix up these two poses. We're gonna call this one revolved and the other one open arm. Squeeze the left side of your glutes gently. So we're active here for some support. Lift the ribs away from the hips, but continue to soften the hips down toward the mat, strong legs. Take any degree of a back bend that feels available, breathe in. Ooh, warrior two to the front of the mat. Reverse triangle, straighten the left knee, reach the left arm up, and then cartwheel your hands. Vinyasa or go straight to downward facing dog. Big breath in. Exhale. Breathing in. And breathing out. When you land in down dog, set your eyes to one spot. Take one more round of breath. Hold your exhale. Look forward, step, walk, or hop to the top. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Fold forward and exhale. Take it all the way up on the inhale. Stay straight in the legs. Bend your elbows as you exhale. Chair pose, breathe in, arms reach long. Stand up, bend the elbows as you exhale. 2 more chairs, inhale. Exhale. Last chair, breathe in. Stand up, bend the elbows as you exhale. Interlace your hands at your lower back, put the opposite pinky on the outside. Finish the inhale, and then with that bind, fold forward on the exhale. This time right away, release the hands, breathe in. And then Vinyasa, we will meet up in downward facing dog. We're gonna put that sequence together, 1 breath, 1 motion, starting with the right leg, inhale it up. Exhale, 2 Spider-Man, step wide, bend the elbows. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, step wide, elbows bend. 3-legged dog, breathe in. And then side lunge at the top. Spin the toes to the long left side of your mat. Inhale, hands to your heart. Warrior two to the back of your mat. 2 more side lunges. Inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Last side lunge, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Turn your palms same direction as your chest. Take a breath in to open. And then open arm crescent, twist in that back heel up. Revolved crescent, inhale. Warrior two to the top as you exhale. Reverse triangle, finish your inhale. Cartwheel your hands, flow through. Take your time, dial in your inhale. We meet in down dog on the exhale, left side, right away. Inhale, lift your leg. Exhale, 2 Spider-Man, step wide, drop low. Breathe and stretch. Exhale, step wide, elbows bend. 3-legged dog, inhale. Set up your side lunge, pivot the toes, hands to your heart, take a breath in. Warrior two to the back as you empty, 2 more side lunges. Inhale to the front. Exhale to the back. Breathe in. Breathe out, hold your warrior two, turn your palms, open the chest on the inhale, and then rotate the torso as you exhale. Revolved crescent, breathe in. To the front, warrior two as you breathe out. Reverse triangle, inhale, stretch. Circle the hands, step it back and flow. This time we're gonna change up that sequence a little bit. Adding on at the end, but the beginning will stay the same. So right away, let's get back into it. Right leg high on the inhale. Step wide, Spider-Man just 1 time. Kick it back, breathe in. Step wide as you exhale, side lunge, inhale. Warrior two, exhale. Just 1 more side lunge, we'll do 2. Breathe in. That was it. Warrior two as you empty, turn the palms, inhale. Open arm twist, exhale. Revolved, breathe in. Vira two to the top, pause here, interlace your hands at your lower back. Take a big breath in, lift the chest and the chin. And then humble warrior, drop the crown of the head down. Find a strong connection between your feet and the mat so that foundation is anchoring you. You can adjust the feet so that you feel stable, so that you can explore the depth of the stretch. Set the eyes to one spot or maybe even close your eyes down. If you found a connection between the right upper arm and the right knee, press those 2 points into one another. Keep tracking the center of your right knee toward your second or third toe. From here, standing splits. Oh my goodness. Release the hands down, shift the weight to that right foot, left leg lifts. You can stay here or play around with your balance by bringing 1 or both of your hands to your right ankle or shin. Maybe bringing your nose toward your right knee. If you've got your hands on the right ankle, you can try and do this within there, but I'm going to release my left fingertips. Left foot is going to drop right behind the right foot and a little bit to your right. So the pinky toe sides of the feet are close together. Soft bend through your knees. Slowly unroll all the way up to standing. As you inhale, the arms reach up. Catch your left wrist with your right hand, find a side bend. We're going to lift the left knee up and out to the left as you bend your elbows. So it's called floating tree. See if you can bring that left elbow and left knee together. Inhale back to that side body stretch. Left toes back, open up to the left. 2 more times. Floating tree, wobbly tree today. Inhale, side stretch. Exhale, good, elbow to knee. Hold that floating tree. Bring your hands, to your heart. We're going to take this into half moon. Kicking that left leg back, maybe keeping your hands at your heart. Maybe bringing your right fingertips down or into your right thigh. Reach the crown of the head away from your back foot. Big breath in. Reverse warrior, big step with your left foot. Inhale, lift your right arm and heel. Cartwheel your hands around that right foot. Keep the right knee bent. We've got a wild thing this time. Spin to the knife edge of your left foot, right toes behind you, right arm lifts up. Press into the ground as you lift your hips and your heart. Breathe in. We're gonna bring that right hand down underneath the right shoulder and bring the right knee to the right elbow on the exhale. Take it back to wild thing as you inhale. Press away and lift open. One more time. Exhale, elbow to knee. I lied. 1.5 more. Wild thing. Breathe in. Here we go. Elbow to knee. Hold. You're in a 3-point high push-up. Kick that right leg straight back. And then set the right toes down. Lift the left leg up. Set the left toes down. Rock forward. Lower half or all the way down. Cobra or up dog. Inhale. Down dog as you exhale. Hopefully you're building some heat. We'll take that left side. Inhale, lift. One Spider-Man. Exhale, big step. Bend the elbows. 3-legged dog. Breathe in. Step forward, side lunge. Set it up as you empty. Hands to the heart on the inhale. Warrior 2 at the back as you exhale. Just one more side lunge at the top. Breathe in. Warrior 2 to the back as you breathe out. Turn the palms, lift the chest, fill the lungs. Open arm twist to the right. Revolved crescent. Breathe in. Forgot which side of the body. Warrior 2 to the front as you breathe out. Interlace the hands. Take your time to fill up. And then bow forward as you empty. We're here for about 4 long breaths. In and out through your nose if you can. Calming the mind, supporting the body. One more full round of breath. Stay low for the exhale. Standing split. Plant the hands, shift the weight, lift the right leg. And then you can do the same thing on this side, challenging your balance or do something different. For today, my left leg feels just a bit weaker than the right, and I'm gonna honor that. Instead of trying to take the weight out of my hands, I'm gonna keep them both down for now. You might also see I've got a big bend in my left knee, protecting the hamstring today. Wherever you are, big inhale. We're going to cross the right ankle behind the left heel as you exhale. Hug the thighs together, roll it up, breathing in. Great. Catch the right wrist, side bend over to the left. Open up some space in your side body. And then we've got that floating tree, right knee and right elbow out to the right. Step back to the left, inhale, side body stretch. 2 more floating tree, exhale. Side body stretch, breathe in. Floating tree, hold it here, bring your hands to your heart. We're gonna turn this into half moon as you hinge forward. Maybe you keep your hands at your heart, maybe you drop the left fingertips down or to a block or to your left thigh. Peeling your body open toward the right. As slow and smooth and gracefully as you can. Reverse warrior. Step that right foot back. Lift the right or left arm and left heel. Finish your inhale. Cartwheel your hands right into our wild thing. Left toes back behind you. Breathing as you lift the hips open through the chest. Nice long inhale. Hand down, left knee, left elbow. Exhale. 2 more wild things. Big breath in. Left knee, left elbow squeeze. Last wild thing. Breathe in. Elbow to knee. Stay shifted forward. Just kick that left leg straight back, hovering. And then switch. Left toes down, right leg lifts. Right toes down, pause. Start to send the hips forward. Come onto the tops of the feet. And then lower the hips all the way down. Lower all the way down into a prep for sphinx. When you're ready, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Separate your feet, maybe hips distance, maybe mats distance, maybe a little bit wider. And then just rock the legs and the hips side to side. Close your eyes down. Let your legs drop into some stillness when you're ready. And then just notice what you feel in your body. You can keep the palms facing down or turn the palms up. Lengthen the sides of the neck without straining. You soften the muscles around your eyes. Smooth the forehead from temple to temple. Just really finding some space here in those areas in the body where we maybe have a habit of clenching up. And stay here, or you want to come into seal, plant the hands down, pressing into the hands to lift the chest, maybe lift the chin. Whether you're in sphinx or seal or somewhere else entirely, great. Take an inhale. And then lower all the way down. Make a little pillow for your forehead by stacking your hands. Letting your spine come back into just a neutral resting length. Notice the rebound sensations, perhaps in your lower back. And stay here, bring the feet back to hips distance. Bend your left knee, reach back with your left hand, catch the left foot, and then kick into your left hand with your left foot. You can stay right here, getting a quad stretch, or if you want, walk the right fingertips straight forward, maybe lift the right leg, maybe lift the right limbs off of the mat. Keep kicking into your left hand with your left foot. Find that kind of Goldilocks version of this stretch. So if it feels like a little bit too much, how can you back off? If you're not feeling enough sensation, where can you dial that volume up a bit? Really Goldilocks vibes here. Find that sweet spot between too much and not enough. Take a big breath in. And then release nice and slowly. Switch sides. Bend your right knee, reach back, catch the foot or the ankle. Kick into the hand a bit. And stay there. Or extend the left arm, come onto the tips of the fingers, maybe lift the left leg, maybe lift the left limbs in their entirety. Deep, deep breath in, lift and stretch. And then lower it down. This time, slow motion, press back into a child's pose. Take your time. I'm going to go with a narrow knee variation. Feel free to experiment and explore if it feels better for you to bring your knees wide or narrow. Go ahead and bring the knees narrow if you have a widening child's pose. Tuck onto the toes, send your hips back, reach your hands back for your heels. See if you can catch hold of your heels with the palms of the hands. Tuck your chin toward your chest, come onto the crown of the head. Keep the hands tugging on the heels gently as you lift the hips. Push your heels into your hands, feel the stretch in your back. Breathe right into where you've got some sensation building in your body. And then gently release. Find a seat back on your heels. Let the eyes close down, bring your palms face down onto your thighs. Then lengthen the crown of the head away from your sit bones again. Shoulders are over your hips. So much of this practice of yoga is really just creating an invitation to get to know ourselves a little bit better. Maybe to create a little bit more of a friendly internal dialogue. The way that we talk to ourselves sometimes is less than kind. Oftentimes, I think we can use our harshest words on ourselves, things that we would never say to someone else, at least not out loud. See if you can hold some space. We'll just be here for about 30 seconds before we finish up with some stretching. But see if you can hold some space, listen to your heart, your intuition, your inner guide. What do you need to hear? What's the next right step for you? Stay here, sit up tall, bring your hands to your heart, breathe in. And then offer it up, let it go. Blink your eyes open. Shift your legs forward on the mat in front of you. Bring your hands back, pedal out your calves a little bit. Maybe wiggle out your feet a bit. Got a reverse table coming up. So option one is to bend your knees, plant your feet, turn the fingers forward or out to the side of it. And then truly, this is option one. Roll the shoulders down the back, lift the chest, lift the chin, press your feet down. You could stay right here. If you feel strong, if you got a little bit more energy, if you feel connected to your arms and your legs, maybe you start to lift the hips up, deep lifting the hips. Try and bring the hips as high as the ribs. This is option two. Option three is extending your legs long, point the toes, try and press down to the big toe mounds as you continue to lift your hips. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower it down. Flex your feet. Let's do that again, either in your variation where you're just pressing the heart up or on hands and knees. I'm going to try that one. Hands and feet. That hands and knees, hands and feet down, either way. Lift, lift, lift through the chest. If it feels great, drop the head back. Optional lion's breath. Big inhale through your nose. Stick your tongue out with your exhale. Cross your eyes. Try and touch your chin with your tongue. And then slowly lower the hips down. Ooh, bring the soles of the feet together and just bow forward into your butterfly. Notice all of the sensation in your body. All of these channels of prana that we've tapped into. Maybe some tingling, maybe some heat. See if you can bring your awareness right beneath the surface of your skin. Notice the sensations there. And stay here for the last 30 seconds, or lift the head, straighten the legs out. Maybe take a big breath in to find length and then bow forward over straight legs. To walk your hands back, unrolling out of whatever stretch you are in, shifting forward a bit. As you roll out onto your back, bring your right knee into your chest. Your right knee a good hug, a little squeeze. And then tee or cactus your right arm. Take a breath in. Spinal twist, guide your right knee to the left. You can keep your nose pointing straight up, or if it feels good, nod your chin to the right. Back to the center. Hug your left knee into the chest. Let the right leg stretch. Give that left knee a good squeeze. Cactus or T the left arm. Breathe in. Let the exhale take you into your spinal twist. Adjusting the head and the neck to whatever version of this pose feels most natural in your body. And see if you can start to lengthen your exhales a little bit. So don't let it feel effortful or overanalyze it, but really just notice if you're emptying as you exhale or if you're holding on a little bit. Let every exhale help melt some of the tension in your body. Back to the center, take a breath in. Maybe you drop both knees into your chest. Give yourself one more big squeeze. You can stay here. Maybe if you need a little bit more, curl the toes in like you're making fists with your feet. Tuck the chin to the chest. Really wrap your forearms around your shins. Maybe scrunch up your face. Take a big breath in right here. Savasana as you exhale. Let your muscles melt. Let your body drop into some stillness. Let this Shavasana be an opportunity to truly fill your cup energetically, right? We probably can't get everything that we need to fill our cups from yoga, but make sure that you're getting every last drop of the benefits that this practice has to offer you by staying just a little bit longer, allowing this rest to fully soak in. You can listen for my voice in just a few moments to close our practice. You have the opportunity to stay longer and you want to, feel free to shut off the recording or log off of the video if you're with me live. If you're ready to move on, gently nod your head side to side. Bring some easy movement into your hands and your feet. Maybe wiggle the fingers and toes or rotate the wrists and the ankles. Slide your feet down underneath your knees or reach your arms back over your head. Big stretch through the upper body. Press your feet down. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, rolling over to the side. And then eventually pressing yourself up to a seat. No rush to get there. And when you land, bring your hands to your heart with your palms touching around your heart space. So heart chakra is just around the heart area. So you can connect to that energy center, the source of passion, of empathy, of love. Feel into that connection between your hands and your heart space. One more big breath in. And let it go. Thumbs to your third eye. Honoring this practice of yoga, honoring one another and honoring ourselves. Bow of the chin to the chest, saying namaste. Thank you for your practice. Thanks for spending some time taking care of yourself with me. I hope that you feel great and keep taking care of yourself.